Claudia, so let's get into, TGIF and like how they did you, which, for a lot of women who may not understand, how can you get fired from your own show? Like, what did you learn from that lesson?
What I learned from my time at Fox Soul, and I had 3 shows there. Out Loud, actually 4 shows I was a part of. Out Loud with Claudia Jordan started right before the pandemic, and we got really high views right away. 400,000 million views, like 600,000. We have interviews that are still on YouTube. You can go back and look. And then the pandemic hit. We had to refocus, and we did the show virtually. I did that for a while, and then I transformed the Monday night show into Cocktails with Queens with Vivica Fox, Selena Johnson, Lisa Ray. Huge hit. That actually took the network to the next level and put it on the map. We were going viral all the time. I loved that experience. 4 Black women speaking on things that were close to our hearts, and also 4 Black women who were all celebrities and friends with celebrities that were unapologetic in giving their opinions of their peers fearlessly. A lot of times people get politically correct answers. It wasn't like that. People kept it very, very real. Then I wanted to do a male version of the show. Tea-GIF was born, and that became a huge monster hit. Cultural, I don't know, what would you call that? Staple in the culture. And then I also brought the T.S. Madison experience to Fox Soul, which I was really proud. First transgender woman talk show host, but she didn't get the show because she was transgender. She was just happened to be a great talk show host who happened to be transgender, which I think that's where we need to be. I think that's that's amazing. So when the show was canceled last July, I was crushed. I was crushed because in my enthusiasm of bringing a good product to a network that I felt part of the family and felt protected by when I first started, I made some missteps that would have been better for me business-wise. I just was like, here, I got this idea. Here, I gave it away. I didn't own the IP. I didn't say, hold up, before I give this to you, there's some paperwork that needs to be settled. There needs to be some protections for me, because in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm doing something, I'm bringing you, I know this is going to be a hit. So I didn't think, I wasn't paranoid, I wasn't worried. I thought I'd be protected. And you're good. Never think you're good. Never think, do not assume that you're safe with any of that. Doesn't matter how cool you are with whoever. It does not matter, because it's all good until it's not. So I should have paused the show for a week or 2. Got my lawyer involved and said, okay, this is I want to do. I should have had a licensing deal instead of just giving the show to the network. Because with that, I would have gotten 2 checks as EP and the host and the creator, actually, instead of just one as a host, which was fine. The money thing, I wasn't tripping, because I actually felt like I was compensated fairly for being talent, but I did create the show.
But the difference is though, like, let's just say it went and continued, and they put it in different countries or whatever. Like that number is different.
Huge.
Different. You know what I'm saying? But you did create it.
And also, what happens with this is you lose power. So now I'm just a hire. I'm just a hire in that show. So if the network could say, monster hit, we're going to take you out and insert a bigger name as the host, and you can't do anything about it. Had I not been so pure in my heart and like, here you go, I'm so happy. I'm a people pleaser to a fault. I really am. I just wanted to like make them happy and see my value. So anyways, I didn't get the paperwork in order like I should have with the network. James DeBose gave me a great opportunity to like have shows there and present shows, which I'll never forget that. But on my end, I should have worked it out where I own the IP. So when, if things would ever end with the network, I could take the show, the concept, to another network when Fox Soul decided to not continue funding and financing that show. And now I can't do a Tea-GIF anywhere else. It'd have to be a totally different name and you have to change some things. Not to say I couldn't create another hit. I can.
You need to do it. She belongs on that stage.
I just want all content creators to, in your enthusiasm to get a deal, to be on a network, that's amazing. But there's nothing wrong with pausing for a week or two to do it the right way to set yourself up in the long run. I mean, it's rare to hit a home run, but in the chance that you do hit a home run, you want to be ready with all your ducks in a row. So, you know, you're not trying to fight for it after the fact. Because after the fact, if a network doesn't have to bless you or play fair, they don't have to. They can be like, no. And I felt I didn't have power, you know. I will say this, when James DeBose was at the network, I felt more protected with him because he knew the origin. He knew that I brought the show. He knew, like, you know, this is your thing. But once he left and moved on to create and start his own thing, I didn't have someone there to be an advocate. And there were some bad actors behind the scenes, I will say this, that did not want me to have that position of power. And I immediately felt diminished, and I immediately felt like my time was limited and would be running out soon. I felt, I saw the writing on the wall long before, and things just kind of ran amok, you know? And it's sad because to this day, people approach me and say, what happened? We love the show. And this is not me trashing the network. This is me actually acknowledging that I didn't handle my business the way I should have. I should have protected myself, because why would a network protect me? They're in business for their bottom line, which I understand business.
Right. Yeah.
So I should have, you know, I definitely encourage you all, get a lawyer before you give your ideas away. Now, anytime I even run an idea past someone, I am definitely a frequent user of the Writers Guild of America. That's you know, if I have an idea, a concept, a treatment, you just go ahead and register that idea right away.
Yeah,
pay $20, $25 to register your idea. So at least you have a date. This is the day that I came up with this show, in case someone comes after you and says, well, no, you stole my idea. Well, actually, the paperwork says otherwise.
Wow.
So yeah, just protect yourself, because who would have known when I first presented the idea that it would be a hit? Actually, I did know. I just was too enthusiastic to be a people pleaser and a network pleaser. And that's why I screwed myself.